Good evening. Sorry, there was a little technical problem, but I hope it's fine now. Just waiting for you guys to show up. Hopefully you will. Say hello when you're here. Hello, who's here? Say hi. Let me see who's here. Andre, Adriana, hi. Thanks for waiting, guys. I don't know what happened with the other one. I was trying to come on and it wouldn't let me, so I had to start over. I'm so sorry. To start, let me just teach you this because it's so simple and also quite nice. To start over means to start again. So when I say that I had to start over, it means that I had to start again. I don't know what happened. It was the first time this happened. It's so weird. But thanks for being here tonight. Tonight, I wanted to talk to you guys about a message that I received yesterday. And this message was very sad. And I thought that maybe you guys have felt this way before too. And it would be nice for me to come here and talk to you about it and hopefully help you feel better, okay? The message I received last night was from a follower on Instagram, and he said, it was a private message, and he said, English is so hard, I am going to give up, and a crying emoji. So the first thing I want to do tonight is ask you a question, okay? I'm going to ask you all a question, and I want you to reply in the comments box with your answer, okay? All you have to say is yes or no. That's it. Be honest. Have you ever thought about giving up on English? Let me explain to you what this means, okay? Have you ever means I'm asking you a question about your life, about your whole life. Not just now, not just last year, not just last month. No, I'm asking you about your whole life. Have you ever thought about giving up? Giving up is like, I give up. I don't want English anymore. This is so hard. Have you ever thought about giving up? Let me see. Very mixed. We've got lots of no's and yeses. Okay, so I think you guys have very mixed feelings about this, right? Yeah, I know. So the reason why I'm asking you this question is, of course, the reason why I'm asking you this question is because I think it's normal to have this feeling. You know, I don't think it's a big deal to have this feeling. I don't think it's something that you need to be worried about. I don't think it's something that you should be thinking, oh my goodness, you know, this is a horrible thing. I'm not supposed to feel this. Have you watched the video about supposed to that I posted about 2 weeks ago, I think? It's a good one. I recommend you do. I'm not supposed to be feeling this way. There's something wrong with me. No, there isn't. There's nothing wrong with you at all if you're feeling or if you have felt like giving up on learning. It is so hard. It's so hard to learn. And when I say learn, I mean really learn, you know, to be able to hold a conversation. To hold a conversation means to have a long conversation in English, to be able to solve problems in English, to be able to talk on the phone in English to somebody you don't know, maybe with a different accent. All those things are hard to do. To be able to watch a movie without subtitles and feel like, okay, this is okay, you know, I can do this without sweating and without feeling like this is the worst thing in the world. So these things are hard, and it takes a lot of time as well. I'm sure you've heard me say that before. Yeah, you have. So what I wanted to come here tonight and talk about was how, although, listen to this sentence, although this is normal, it's normal to feel like I will never learn, I will never be able to do these things. It's normal. You must, although it's normal, I'm going to type the structure in a minute for you to see, okay? But I want you to listen to me first. Although it's normal, you cannot and you must not give in to this feeling. Now let's look at this sentence because it's crazy, isn't it? We're talking give up and give in. What's going on here? I'm just leaving. Goodbye, Patricia. No, stay here. I'm going to explain to you what this means. Look at this sentence, everybody. Although it's normal to feel this way, I am from Brazil, Lucas. I'm from Brazil. Probably like you are because your name is Lucas Gustavo, very Brazilian name. Although it's normal to feel this way, you must not give in to this feeling. I'm going to read you guys in a minute, okay? Because otherwise I just get lost. To this feeling. Look, although it's normal to feel this way, you must not give in to this feeling. Look. Can you all see my sentence? Please just say yes, just one of you, so I know you can see my sentence. I'd like you to be able to see this. Say yes if you can see my sentence that I've just sent you all. Please say yes. Okay, thank you. Okay, cool. So, shall we talk about this sentence a little bit? Although it's normal, so this is a point, isn't it? It is normal. Although it's normal, regardless of this fact, although it's normal, you must not give in to this feeling. Give in is like, okay, I feel horrible. I will never learn. This is how it is, and I'll just accept it. And I won't do anything about it. I'll just give up and forget about English. This is give in to the feeling. You mustn't give in because you need to understand something, okay? It is hard and it will take time. It will. And if somebody says to you, look, you can do it in a couple of months. I did it in 3 months. It's not true, guys. Don't believe that. It's not true. You cannot learn a language in a few months. It's not going to happen. You need time and you need to allow yourself to go through this period and feel all those feelings that seem to haunt you and to be bringing you down. I felt those feelings too. And, it's a fact. It's going to be hard. But also, one thing that you need to remember is if you continue to try really hard, you will learn. It's not impossible. It's difficult, but it's not impossible. And it would be crazy for me to come here and talk to you and say, you cannot learn to speak English like I do. No, because I receive a lot of messages from people, from you guys, telling me, oh, I wish one day I could speak like you. I don't think I can. I've been trying for years. I will never speak like you. What? Guys, if you're doing the right thing, you can. You can, what happened to me was not something that I was born in England. And so, like my kids, they were born in Brazil, but we speak to them in English. A lot of you know this, right? We speak to the kids in English. So they are really lucky. They are really lucky. They were born with English around them every day, all the time. That was not the case for me. I moved to England when I was 15. You guys know this. I had to learn. And it was hard for me. It was so hard for me. And I felt like I was not going to learn. Gosh, I felt that so many times. But it's not true. And the moment I realized that actually I'm in control. If I want to learn, I really can. All I have to do is do it the right way. Because the trick really is about doing it the right way. Let's talk about this for a little while. There's something really important that you guys know that I always talk to you about, which is too much grammar. Like too much grammar. So much grammar and so many rules, grammatical rules, that you feel you actually cannot talk and you cannot understand real life English because you are so stuck with the rules, and you keep on thinking about the rules for everything. This is a problem. Okay, this really is a problem. So the best thing for you to do instead, right now, or whenever you feel like this is too hard, I can't do it, whenever you feel like giving up, instead of going back to the books and the grammar and the videos that explain grammar in Portuguese, instead of doing that, try to change your approach. Change the way you are trying to learn, because there's something you really have to think about. A lot of the time is not just about English being difficult. It's about how you are deciding to do this. And it is your decision. It really is your decision how you're going to learn. If you're here tonight listening to me talking to you in English, that's a great thing you're doing for your English. You're listening to English right now. I'm not talking to you in Portuguese. And that already in itself is an amazing thing. Let me just see what you guys are saying. Hold on a minute. What do you recommend? Jonimar, what do you recommend for those who need to write more? The first thing I recommend for writing, and I'd like you to try this and then send me a message, send me an email telling me how you're feeling about this, because this is a great way to improve your writing, is copying. But don't copy just anything. Think about the type of writing that you need to improve on. So maybe you want to improve your academic writing. If that's the case, then you search for academic articles. Google is your friend. If that's not the case, then you search for blog posts, and then you just copy a paragraph, pen and paper, really. Open it up, pen and paper, copy it. A good chunk of paragraph will do. If you like fiction, then you get a book in English and you copy a paragraph, and you do this repeatedly. You do it every day. I always talk about the everyday thing because I believe in the everyday thing. I really believe that that brings you the results you want. But always start with copying when it comes to writing, because when you do a lot of copying, it comes to a point that you feel ready to start writing your own structures. But before you can do that, you really need to do enough copying so that it feels natural to you, that you can actually, I know where to go from here. This makes sense, you know? So start easy. Remember this, guys. Start easy and build it up to a much more complex and difficult level. Don't start here because that will drive you crazy. Start here and work your way up. That's always the best way to go about things. What else have we got? Everyone has an anxiety to learn quickly and don't normally evaluate their improvement. They don't see it. Absolutely. Mag, I agree with you 100%. I think we are so hard on ourselves that we really need to, we ought to be nice to ourselves, really. And I'm going to teach you all this tonight because it's something I love, okay? This word, look, ought. I love this word. It's a beautiful word. We ought to be nice to ourselves. It means we have to. We need to. We must. We ought to be nice to ourselves. Be kind to yourself. You have got to sometimes stop, watch something with no subtitles on, and praise yourself for understanding 3 or 4 sentences really well. You know, you've got to be able to look at yourself and say, I am improving. And if I'm not, what am I doing wrong? If I'm not improving, what is it that I'm doing that is stopping me from improving? You see, so that's great. I totally agree with that. You don't know what give in means, Andre. Give in is when you, for example, imagine that there is a chocolate cake in your kitchen, okay? So there is this beautiful chocolate cake in your kitchen, just sitting there waiting for you to eat it. And you're saying to yourself, nah, not gonna eat this cake until one day, Andrea, hi, until one day you look at the cake and you're like, fuck this. And you eat it. You give in to the cake. The cake is like, I'm here, eat me. And you give in. You're like, okay, just, I'll go for it. Do you see what give in means? Something like that. Okay. What do you think about studying English with IELTS exam? Listening, reading, writing, speaking. Is it a good idea? No. I don't think it's a good idea. But of course, Thais, this is my personal opinion, okay? You need to feel, it's important that you develop, hi Kellen, it's important that you develop this like sense of, I don't know, like that you can analyze this by yourself, okay? I'm going to give you my opinion, but this is up to you. It's your decision, really, because it wouldn't be bad for you to study with IELTS things, but I think it's going to be super boring. I think it's going to be extremely boring. I think you're going to give up because it's so boring. So this is what I mean about doing it the right way, doing it in a way that feels exciting, that feels thrilling, because boring is something that makes you give up. Do you see what I mean? And IELTS is an academic type of exam, which means you're going to be looking at words that you don't really need to use in real life, words that when you watch a movie, they are not using, very mechanic type of dialogue for the listening practice. I don't think that's the best way to do it. I wouldn't recommend. Okay. Let me see. What do you recommend for those who need to improve the talking and listening and don't have someone to practice with? Okay. Joan, that's a very good question, actually. What I recommend, if you really have nobody to talk to, is for you to watch things in English. Pause and repeat. I'm going to give you 2 things you can do, okay? So watch things in English with subtitles in English. Pause and repeat. Repeat what they're saying, okay? Repeat what they're saying, but pause. The subtitles are there so you can see, you can remember the sentence. Repeat what they say. I'm not talking about talking over people. So I'm talking here and you're talking with me. I think that's confusing. I don't think that's the best way to go about it because it's so confusing. It's not clear. So instead, pause. What's this? A remote control, isn't it? I don't know. Forget it. Pause and repeat what they say. That's the number 1 practice. Number 2, which is a very cool way to practice by yourself, is to watch interviews with people, anyone that you admire, anyone that you might think would be cool to listen to. Watch an interview, and when the interviewer, the person interviewing, asks a question, before the person answers, pause and give your answer. That's a nice way to do it. Another way to do the same thing with the interview is to listen to their answer first and then adapt to your answer. So you use the same structure, so you know the structure is right. You just adapt to your life, to what you believe, to what you do, to what you think. But that's a good way to practice that you can do by yourself, okay? Okay, lovely people. Let me just see. Lembra quando meu pai botou 20 anos atrás pra eu assistir 4 dias? O filme todo e com 5 anos de idade. Yeah, that's it. That's it. You put stuff on for kids and they are going to be repeating it. And that's what we should do as grown-ups. That's what we don't understand. Grown-ups is the same as adults, okay? So we like to say grown-ups, which is cool. The live will be saved on my channel, so you can watch it there again if you want to. It's going to be there. Available to you. All right, darlings. Is there anything else I can answer tonight? If there's one more question coming up now, I will answer. Let me just see if there is anything else that I can answer tonight. Just waiting for you if there is anything else you might want to ask me. About my course, when is it going to open? The second group of students for 100 days is in July. So that's super exciting. I'm really happy because the students from the first group of 100 days who are currently taking the course seem to be really excited about it and already feeling that their English is changing so much. And we are only on day 30, which is really cool. Actually 29, not even 30. So that's awesome. I'm really happy about it. So it's going to be July, the second group of students for 100 days in my course. Okay. Hafa, I'm almost leaving. No, you're so late. When I was a child, I tried to study English listening to Harry Potter, and I really thought that English was impossible, was an impossible language to learn. I know we do think it's impossible, but it's because when we look at the very big picture, when we watch a movie in a language that we don't know, like spat here, you watch a movie in a language you don't know, it seems like it really is impossible. So you've really got to go small and then go up. It's the best way to do it, really. Have you ever tried to start learning another language? No, I've not. When I was at university, I took up French as one of my subjects, but it was never with the intention of becoming fluent. It was because I was interested in it and I thought it would be awesome to try to study something else. But it's actually a very, very good question for tonight because I never took it seriously. I never watched things in French. You know, what I did learn whilst at university, I was good at that time. Nowadays, don't remember it, but I was all right. But I never really tried hard, which is exactly what I'm saying tonight. If you're feeling or if you have felt like giving up, probably doing it the wrong way. It's not because it's hard. It's because you're not doing it the right way. You know, so avoid grammar, listen to English as much as you can. Being here tonight is already an amazing thing you're doing, really. My voice is different when I talk in Portuguese. Yes, it is. And everybody's voice changes when they speak English and when they speak Portuguese. They are very different languages, so it's natural that your voice changes. But I agree, it does. Okay, I can understand YouTubers, but I can't understand actors in movies. The way I'm talking to you now is slightly faster than I do in the videos. Yeah, in the videos, I normally speak a little bit more slowly because obviously I'm here to teach you. This is not my natural way of speaking. I would probably choose different words and speak faster, but I'm here to teach you, okay? But trust me, believe me, if you're watching one of my videos every single day for 1 month, this is honestly a challenge for you. Watch one of my videos every single day for 1 month and then try watching a movie with subtitles because you're a learner, subtitles in English. And then you send me a message and you tell me really if your comprehension has not improved, because I'm sure it will, okay? How do I, this is the last question I'm going to answer tonight, my darlings. How do I keep my fluency, maintain my fluency living in Brazil? Well, I speak English with my kids, right? I never speak Portuguese to the kids, so I speak to them every single day, all the time, of course. So that's one thing that I do. I also only watch things in English. 99% of things that I watch are in English every day. I read in English almost every day, not every day. I teach. You guys know that my job, I'm a teacher, and all my lessons are in English. My lives are in English. My lessons are in English. The videos that I make are in English. So English is a very big part of my life, although I am here. And it will continue to be because that is a decision I made. Do you see what I'm saying? It's about the decisions you make, okay? Guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's been a pleasure to see you. Not to see you, but to be with you. Thank you. And I'll see you all next Monday, as always. Same time, same place, I'm pretty sure. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. And I'll see you then. Thanks, guys. Bye.